Hi, my name is Cathy. I'm from the Cantonese congregation. I started to come to Syndal Baptist Church about 4 years ago. My husband is not a Christian yet. We have two boys. One is 11 years old and one is 5. Well, this year's been the toughest and the most challenging years in my life so far. So my younger son, he had some severe meltdowns in last November. He attacked me once and I was badly hurt. Then we were both sent to the emergency department by an ambulance. And then he went through a series of assessments. He was diagnosed with autism right before the lockdown. And during the lockdown, like because of the lockdown restrictions, his routine was interrupted. And he had to stay at home like almost 24 hours a day for like half a year. In last December, when my younger son had a meltdown, he after his first session with a speech therapist, he was very angry. He was out of control. He screamed and yelled and swore, and he banged on the door. He threw things away. He was like totally lost. But the speech therapist told me that she taught me some strategies of dealing with a meltdown. So I couldn't look at him. I couldn't respond to him no matter what he was doing. I had to stay away from him. And it's heartbreaking for a mother to see her child going through this but not being able to help. So I didn't know what to do. I was I knelt down and I was crying, and I called out for God's help. I said to God, God, please help me, I can't do it, I don't know what to do. And a voice spoke to me clearly, saying relationship. Yes, how can I forget about this? Relationship should come before all sorts of strategies, skills, discipline, boundaries, and all this stuff. And I bear this in mind because God taught me directly. So I have built a very strong relationship with my son. I accept the way he is, and I just think about love and relationship before all sorts of strategies and skills and rules. And it works wonderfully on my son. About 4 weeks ago, the speech therapist told me she was impressed with my son's improvement. He had improved a lot. And she said he had changed into another person comparing with the first time she met him about 11 months ago. So it was amazing. It's God who has done the work on him. The word relationship God has spoken to me reminds me that God wants me to develop a close and intimate relationship with him. When I totally rely on him, when I seek him first, in all things, and when I just give him all my worries, I feel his presence. I know that he's always there for me. So I became a Christian about 14 years ago. However, my husband is not a Christian. He didn't believe that God exists. He didn't want to listen to things about God. Until last month, one of his former classmates passed away in his sleep. My husband was shocked. He was very upset about his friend's sudden death, and he couldn't accept that he died at such a young age. Only around 20 days later, like after his friend's sudden death, my husband himself had a heart attack. He suddenly realized that his life is not in control of his own hand. Yeah. During his recovery, he has received many caring messages from the brothers and sisters from church. Although he's been only to the church for 2 or 3 times, he knew that there are many people praying for him. And I sat down with him and I talked about death and Jesus with him. And God has softened his heart and opened his eyes. God is amazing. My husband, he just suddenly showed interest in Bible. He starts to watch those Bible project videos on YouTube, and he even joins our 2 years Bible reading group, the group chat, and that was amazing. God is beyond our understanding. I believe that He has His plan. He can always bring out His good purposes by through those bad things that happen to us. God, He has turned me from a warrior who worried a lot into a warrior who has no fear of any battle in life. I'm sure there still will be struggles and suffering and storms of life ahead. But knowing that God is sovereign over my life, that He is in control of everything, I should not be afraid.